alaikum. So, something I wanted to, as always, talk about. I was looking on a post and I saw a question about a sister who was curious if a guy, would marry a woman who's not working. Muslim woman, lady, of course. And I'm just like, strolling down the comments, and it's really funny because people are surprised to see that a Muslim woman, is thinking that a Muslim man would not marry, a woman or Muslim woman if she's not working. And that's very surprising. Like, it's a surprising mentality. Because generally speaking, for any man, for the most part, don't really care if a woman has a job or not. And I mean, in actuality, they would prefer for a woman not to have a job. They would want their wife to sit home, raise kids, take care of their family and whatnot. Now culturally speaking, there are some people men who don't like educated women, like women who've gone to college or whatnot. But of course, it's better, in my opinion, it's better for a wife to have some form of education, right? Because, again, you want, your wife to be educated to some degree, to have a certain understanding. You don't want them to be so narrow-minded or closed-minded or like uneducated. Okay, so this is to all those women out there who are probably looking for a husband, right? You don't need to have a job. Hell, you don't need to be you don't need to be educated. Ignore that part. Personally, I think every Muslim woman, every Muslim man or woman needs to have some form of education, right? Not just like diploma or high school, but like more than that, college education. Even if you're not going to college, at least buy some books, read them on your own, educate yourself, expand your mind, expand your understanding. Right. So yeah, to any woman who's looking for, a husband, it doesn't matter if you have a job or not, right? Legally speaking, by Sharia, a man, and according to Quran, according to Allah, the law of nature, al-rijal kawamun al-nisa, right? Men are the maintainers of women. So in this case, a woman doesn't need to work, right? You don't need to earn an income. You're dependent on your husband. The husband is supposed to provide everything for you. And to think that there is that mentality of saying, I need a job to get a man, or I need a job for me to be desirable, is just plain ludicrous. Like, where do you get that idea? Heck, the West. Where else? But it is surprising to find or see a Muslim woman thinking that way. But yeah, there are a lot of men out there who would prefer a woman not to go to work, who would prefer a woman to stay at home. Obviously, like, there's an allowance if she wants money, to buy things, whatever the case may be. But it's rather strange, the many questions people have, and like the lack of understanding that people have as well in regards to Islam or not, like family matters, and all of that. I do strongly encourage you to learn Islam, but also invest your mind, understanding, education into different fields of the world, so that you may be able to apply that information or that knowledge wherever you may need it. But yeah, with feminism and all this and all this open-mindedness and inclusive of everything, I'm pretty scared of the Muslim community, because then you want to stand for everything, and at the end of the day, as a result, you may fall for everything, because there are certain things that naturally you're not supposed to support or allow yourself to be in, but because of the environment that you're in, you support it, and that's not really a good thing. As a Muslim, you have a limit, you have boundaries in what you support, in what you believe, in what you think, right? Because here in the West, everything goes. There is no limitations, there is no, boundaries, there's no standard of what, of anything. So people just do whatever they want, people just think what they want, say what they want, because they don't have a general sense of accountability, or accountability, for the lack of a better term. So people just do what they want. There are things in nature that need, or rather have a standard, have a balance, have a limit. However, because some people don't understand that, they do things which inadvertently cause problem to the to the environment around us, right? Even in ourselves. So it's really important to understand the nature of things, and not to overcome boundaries, or not to overcome the boundaries that we have, or that have been set in place for us. But it's really, really important to understand things. Make sure you understand the deen, make sure you understand the principles, make sure you understand the fiqh, the jurisprudence, because then you'll end up asking a lot of somewhat ridiculous questions, if you ask me. But it's really good to understand, your deen. It's really good to understand your religion, especially Islam, because at the end of the day, Islam is nature, right? The general rule is that man goes out there and the wife stays at home to protect the family, to nurture the kids, to make them grow, right? To give them understanding. And of course, the woman is protected in the house. She can have her own business in the house, she can control everything from the house. It's kind of like Watchtower, sort of, if you get the DC reference. But man goes out, woman stays in. The woman is the queen of the house. I mean, the house, the castle. She controls everything, right? So it's really important to understand also, I know some people don't like gender roles, whatever, or there's no equality, whatever the case is, yada, yada, we have all these mentalities today in the West. But it is important to understand that with man and a woman, there are roles that each are naturally, suited for. One person cannot do the role of another. It's just nature. That's just how it is. Just how Mother Nature's law, how that is. So it's important to to remember that.